Oh, you know, I don't want to hear a goddamn thing from any of y'all in the peanut gallery. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear a thing because we've literally been telling you. We've literally been telling y'all for like the past like 4, 5, 6 years that this bitch is a racist. And you guys just sat up there and you're like, oh no, she was younger and then that and the other and she was ignorant and you know, it's just this one time, a couple times. You know how many times we've had to call this bitch out on her problematic ass past? I don't want to hear it, goddamn. And don't come to me with that, oh, you don't call Dinah out for, yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've called her out too. So I don't want to hear a goddamn thing. But here's the thing. I would rather you not apologize at all than give us a half-assed apology, which is what she's done multiple times. With Camila, we're sitting up here looking at her trying to salvage her reputation by giving us half-assed apologies and backpedaling and pussy popping. We ain't got time for that. Like, just accept it. Just be like, okay, yeah, I'm racist as fuck. What you gonna do about it? And then we'll go about our business and we'll judge you accordingly. We don't have time for you to sit up here and be fake on somebody's Instagram story. That's another thing. Who the hell posts an apology on somebody's Instagram story? You gonna type out an apology on Instagram story? Not even like, damn, like not even, we don't even get notes? We don't even get notes? Bitch. Like, how the hell? I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me how it's half-assed. Like, why are people sitting up here caping for this girl for so long? Let it go. I done canceled this bitch mad long ago. I canceled her a long ass time ago. And the thing is that people are never going to really understand why I cancel. Now you're starting to understand why I cancel her. And see, when I cancel someone, they are canceled and there is no coming back from being canceled. It takes a lot for me to cancel someone. But when it happened with Normani that first time, I was like, nah, you're just cut off, bitch. That's the end. Bye, good night. Like, I can't, you cannot come back from something like that because I just don't trust you anymore. You just cannot be trusted. So she comes on here and she goes, and we find her old Tumblr. Nothing but racist ass shit. Sharing, you know, the N-word multiple times. Talking about why do Chinese people speak the Ching Chong language. I'm just like, are you fucking serious? This is so juvenile. It's like beyond juvenile. This is stuff that like elementary school kids and like, you know, when you're like under the age of 10. Not when you're like 14 and 15 years old, girl. Like, what the hell did you think was gonna happen? And see, here's the thing. People are, oh, she was young and this, that, and the other. And that's what she said too. I was young. Girl, you were not that young where you didn't know that you were gonna hide. Like, cause you see how she would be sharing all that stuff on an anonymous Tumblr, right? On anonymous accounts. We had to find this stuff. So why do you think that we're gonna sit up here and take that bullshit? Like, why do you think that we're gonna take this bullshit apology? Oh yeah, I was young. I'm 22 now. You're still young, bitch. You're still gonna make mistakes, but that's not the point. 15, 14, even 13 is old enough to know that you shouldn't be saying certain things. Like when I was like 10, I knew that saying the N-word was not something that you should do. I mean, even though I am black and I technically can, and I do sometimes slip up and use it, and other you know, black people around me use it, I'm not like, you know, I knew back then that it was derogatory. I knew that, you know, talking about, you know, Chinese people, calling them like, you know, chinks and saying, oh, Ching Chong language, doing that Ching Chong thing with them, that is racist. Like, that is very much racist. Can't do that. Like, how would you feel somebody called you, you know, what do they call those Latinos? They call them spics, Mexicans. Like, how would you feel if somebody called you? That's what I'm saying. Like, you knew stuff like this was not right. Don't talk about you didn't know the history, girl. Talk about you know the history. You've been living in America for the longest. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. That is a cop out and that's some bullshit. You knew exactly what the hell you were talking about, all right? because then you wouldn't share it so blatantly. Like, it wouldn't be something you would share with posts about black people. Like, come on now, you knew exactly what you were doing. You knew exactly what that stuff meant. You knew the history, because you went to school just like we did, just in the same schools that we did, okay? And you took your history classes, and you learned about black history, and you learned about the derogatory terms for in black history. Don't sit up here and pretend like we don't know. We know exactly what your game, but we know it. We know, and you knew the bull crap that they try to spit in our faces. Listen, that's what happens when you go to the Taylor Swift school of drawing sympathy from people. Like, you want us to feel sorry for you, girl. We don't feel sorry for you. We actually, okay, let me correct myself here. I do feel a little bit sorry for you, because you are continuing to dig yourself into a deeper hole. You may as well just keep digging all the way down to hell. And the thing is that this is not the first time that she's given us a bullshit apology. Back when the thing happened with Normani, she made it mad vague. She made a general statement. You don't do general statements to specific situations. With every single situation needs to be treated as such. Don't sit there and generalize. You need to explain exactly what you did wrong. There's some people who were asking, like, oh, what is she talking about? What did she do? What happened? If we have to ask you why you're apologizing, then that means the apology was not good enough. We should not have to ask you why you're doing this apology. We should not have to ask you. Like I said, if we have to ask you what your apology is about, that means you did not do a good enough job with your apology. That means your apology was half-assed and a load of bullshit. Don't open up your mouth to say anything, because at this point, I'm just gonna take it as bullshit. You're literally just apologizing because you got caught, because somebody called you out. Had we not actually found the Tumblr account, had we not found those posts, you wouldn't have said a goddamn thing. You would have went about your business. I held my peace. You know, I didn't say too much when this other stuff was going on with you. But now, no. That's exactly how I feel. That's how I feel. Yeah, and then another thing, if you're not black, if you're not Chinese, if you're not one of the groups of people that she has, disrespected, then I don't need you coming out here and accepting an apology on my behalf. That's not how we're gonna do shit. That's not how we're gonna do things here. If she has done something to disrespect an entire community of people, it is up to the people of that community to accept her apology. It's not up to you. I don't want to see no white people, oh, we forgive you. No. You can't forgive her, because you are not one of the parties affected. Sorry. Next. Anyway, that's going to be it, because I'm done. I'm done, and she needs to be done. That's all. Bye.